Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of the new Star Wars Vintage Collection Obi Wan Kenobi Wandering Jedi. Now this figure came out a little bit sooner than anyone expected. This wave was kept well under wraps by Hasbro, and it kind of leapfrogged the wave that everyone thought was going to be before it, and it is starting to hit shelves now. So these were delivered yesterday by Amazon, so I do have a couple of them. So one's going to stay on card, and then I have another one to crack open. So this is VC 245. This was in a wave with Anakin Skywalker Padawan, the Mandalorian Super Commando, Darth Vader, the Dark Times, and Reva, the third sister. So this leapfrogged the wave that was going to have Din Djarin Morak, the 332nd Ahsoka Clone Trooper, along with a couple others. So hopefully those will be out in August or maybe September of this year. So with this wave, you know, the card backs are all going to be the thicker card stock. So they came in a lot better shape. Now the one thing that I did notice with both of these, they've arrived, if you look closely there, you can see a little bit of kind of fading, weathering there. Not sure if the camera's picking that up. So just from the blister that was against it. Now one thing I've heard is that the box size that they're shipping these cases out is the same size as it was with the thinner cardstock. So with thicker cardstock, even though it might be just a couple millimeters extra, they're having to squeeze into the boxes a little bit more. So we are getting maybe a little bit more of an indentation or paint wear from where the blister from the accompanying figure is sitting. So not a huge deal to me, you know, and this one's maybe a little worse than the one I'm going to keep on card, but some people have voiced their frustrations. So overall, nice looking package. I like the picture that they chose of Obi-Wan. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. So we have Obi-Wan out of package. Now, the one thing when he was in the package, he looked a little barrel chested to me, just with where the joint is on his chest. It's a little bit high. You know, so as you're doing that now, it does appear like it swivels maybe a little bit at the hips as well. But you're getting most of that swivel pretty high up on the torso. Not sure that I love that, but you know, when you're making a figure like this, it's probably a little more challenging to figure out where to put that joint versus, you know, on the Mandalorian figures or Clone Trooper figures, where they have that chest armor that you can kind of work around. So the cloak itself is pretty nice quality soft goods. So kind of tucked behind. A hard time getting this to actually kind of like stay up over his head. Obviously he kind of wears it you know, to shield his face in quite a bit of the show, so I have a little bit of difficulty. It looks like it's kind of attached too far down to really set up over his head all that much, so it's really wanting to just kind of stay back, but that's okay, because for display purposes probably going to have his face viewable anyways. So as far as the face goes, the likeness to Ewan I think looks pretty good. Most of these new sculpts from Hasbro have just been you know, pretty outstanding lately. So, you know, maybe not my favorite sculpt out of the past 10 figures, but overall still looking really, really nice. Have some good kind of depth to the hair coloring. The hair looks really nice. So I'm going to take his cloak off and keep checking him out. Okay, so here we have him. So with the kind of baggy shirt, looks not too bad. I was kind of concerned with when I'd bend the elbows if that'd be the little flap would be hanging down a lot. It's not all that bad as you flex the elbows, so it looks okay. It does have it's a holster, so I'll get through the accessories here in a minute. The holster will hold a little blaster there. So. Now the one thing I actually really think just looks cool, just from a character design standpoint, on both the show and the figure, are just his pants. I think that pant with kind of the rolled leg, that's a really good look with the boots. So like they replicated that pretty well. You know, and all these new figures, these new molds, they're all going to have a lot of just posability. You're going to be able to get them into just about any pose that you want to. So we'll break out the accessories and kind of get him set up a little bit. So first, of course, we have his blue lightsaber. So the hilt, it looks pretty accurate. Looks really nice for something this small. They did a really nice job with the detail. So they have the ignited blade. Oops. And they also came with the just hilt unignited as well. This has a little peg on it that should be able to attach somewhere on his belt. So we'll check that out. Yeah. So right in here on the side. Should just snap right in. Maybe. Yeah, looks like it's on pretty easily. You know, with all those little pieces of plastic, you gotta be careful because they can be a little flimsy if you're too aggressive. Maybe get a little bend to them, but usually they straighten out pretty easily as well. Next up, we have a small little blaster, so I'm just gonna holster that right off the bat. Let that look. So uncivilized and yet necessary for Obi Wan. Alright, so then, best for last, we have two versions of Lola the droid. So we have one with her wings out, her little feet are out, if you can see that. So that one should be able to kind of stand on her own, maybe. Let's see. That's actually the legs move. There we go. And then the other version of Lola is on a little stand, so it's more her flying mode, and I think that Obi Wan can kind of hold that as well, so it can hover right above his hands. Alright, so here we have Lola in Obi Wan's hand. So that's one look you could give, or you can just kind of set her up and make it look like she's hovering. So I'm going to get Obi Wan set up with his saber. Alright, so here we have him, saber ignited, robe is back on. Closed up a little bit. So here we have him, all set up. He's looking really nice. Definitely a good display figure. And you know, really for a non-deluxe figure, they gave him a nice amount of accessories. So he has two versions of Lola, two versions of his saber, plus one blaster. So a total of 5 accessories plus a soft goods robe. So I think all in all, pretty good value for this figure. The paint apps, like I said, not my favorite, not the best likeness, but still really, really high quality. Still has a good likeness to Ewan. You know, so nothing to complain about here. definitely a good figure to get into your set. So these, they're just starting to kind of trickle out from some suppliers. Like I said, I believe Amazon was kind of first to get these and first to send them out. You know, they are still available, I think, at Entertainment Earth. I can drop a link in the description. You know, and even Target, they kind of pop in and out of stock there. So keep checking, check these out. I have Reva, the third sister, that came in as well. I'm going to be posting a video of her shortly. Still waiting on my Vader and the rest of this wave, so I will get those out as soon as I get those figures in hand. So let me know what you think about this figure in the comments below. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to stay up to date on all of our collectible and toy reviews. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.